Hey everyone, welcome to Adorama TV and welcome to Filmmaker Week 2024. Jump on set today with us where we'll be giving you an entire behind the scenes look at the process. You'll get to see the gear, the people involved, and what it takes. Let's go. My good friend and client is an architect based here in Old Greenwich, Connecticut. His name is Krist Dodaro. This is his beautiful office. And today we're going to be shooting a mini doc that can act as an about video that's going to live on his website. It'll give clients the inside scoop into who he is. And the goal is really that his clients and future clients will be able to watch this video and get to know him. First, I wouldn't be able to do this without the crew. We've got Kelly, my wife. We've got Kevin, we've got Enrique, and we've got Antonio behind the camera shooting all this beautiful footage for you today. So this has a stabilizer in it.
It's amazing.
Yeah. My friend and client Krist has really just trusted me throughout the entire process. He's given me complete creative freedom to really do anything I want. And when I hear him speak and I hang out in his space, my mind paints this very specific picture. And I'm going to try and create that through video here today. I felt we could shoot everything inside this office in black and white. But when we go outside to his architecture projects, that all would be in color. But the process, his architecture plans, his computer work, and then him in this office, I really feel like creating images of all of those things in black and white is really going to do something so very elegant. When it feels right, it's probably right. And black and white in this space of Krist just feels so right for his message.
People want to think, oh, well, it's me and it's subjective and you can't have a conversation about it, but that's not really the truth. There's a lot of objectivity too. In a nanosecond, you can just look at it, take it all in and just say, is it beautiful or is it not beautiful?
So let's quickly walk through this entire set so I can break everything down for you. So this is Krist's office. This is our main space. We are motivated by this gorgeous industrial window. And we are doing something really cool where we are using the Aputure spotlight mount with the 600D. And I just want to add just a kiss of sort of frontal level to Krist's face as he sits here, because this window is just a little bit back behind him. This right here, this square that we're creating, this kind of fake window, which is bounced off of a Matthews math bounce, the white side, the ultra bounce side. You know, we can play it up and down. I think it's at 5 or 10% right now. And we just look at the monitors and just have it where we want it to be. We moved this table back a little bit just because that window was so far behind him. So now when he sits here, it's kind of like right there in that perfect position. Up above, we have an Amaran tube, a 2-foot tube. And this is just giving a kicker, a hair light on Krist as he sits here. It's just matched to daylight balance. We have an Aputure B7C in this little work lamp, and we're controlling its level and its color temperature in here as well. Finally, in this back room, we just have another 600D bounced into the Ultra Bounce just to be in control of what's going on in this back room, which is in frame. So here we have a Sony Burano with the new DZO Arles primes. This is the 25 1.4, and it is giving an absolutely gorgeous wide frame to this A camera image. Of course, we have a small HDN Cine 7, we have a wooden camera follow focus, and this is kind of crammed all on this AC side of the camera just because of the configuration of this room and the composition of this A camera. We have the Sattler Flowtech 100 with the Active 10 head. And as you can see, I'm utilizing the legs in all sorts of crazy positions to get this thing backed into the corner here and on the desk. I'm doing the same exact thing with the B camera. This is the Flowtech 75 with the Active 8 head. This is a Sony FX6, and I've got this 75mm T1.4 Arles prime on that one. XAVC H, high quality in 8K on the Burano. and we're shooting 4K on the FX6. As you can see, I've created a black and white LUT to monitor here, and I look forward to seeing how these match up in post. As you know, I love me some vintage lenses. I love my Leica Rs. I also love Sony G Master lenses that are more modern. These feel like they land perfectly in the middle of those two sets. It's a clean image that has more character than the most modern things on the market today. I love shooting wide open, especially in a scene like this. I'm really excited for you guys to see the images coming out of these. So the Sony Burano, I literally just pulled it out of the case and started setting it up. And a Sony is a Sony, right? It has the same menu as the FX6. I didn't need to look anything up or start hunting for things. And I did a little test yesterday, and I'm pleased to say that the resolution bump on this camera is absolutely welcome. And the image is just gorgeous. Powering all of it are my Anton Bauer micros. I've got 150s on the Burano and 90s set aside for the FX6. They're gonna power these cameras all day. So up above, we have a Sennheiser 416. This is the industry standard. Right now in New York, it's extremely hot and humid. And we are going in and out of hot and humid cars and air-conditioned offices. And believe it or not, that can affect the microphone. I'm also using this microphone because the frame on a camera is so wide that there is a lot of headroom. So a microphone like the 416 is gonna have a little bit more reach. I really love the negative space that we're creating with these compositions. I think it's totally appropriate for Krist and his art. And these architecture plans are staged all over here, and the vintage bicycle, and even the motorcycles are in the shot. It's pretty awesome. So that's the entire set breakdown. Hopefully this gives you an idea of what's going on in here. If you have any very specific questions that I didn't answer, feel free to leave them in the comments below and we'll get right to them. That's enough with the gear for now. We got to jump into this interview. I'll check back in later. All right, so quick update. I'm shooting a bunch of B-roll in this office. There's so much stuff to shoot. Again, the light's gorgeous. Books, motorcycles, architecture plans, Krist working. It's awesome, and I'm all over the place. I'm using the 35 1.4. I just love the 35mm focal length. And I'm really loving IBIS in this camera. I've never had IBIS in a camera this big in this form factor. I've never had IBIS on a camera that I've used on the EasyRig before, and it's really allowing me to get incredibly smooth shots with no micro jitters at all. It's really cool. I didn't think I needed it. I didn't think I want it, but it's pretty freaking awesome. So that's that. Let me get back to it. Watch this real quick.
It's amazing.
Amazing. It's super cool. Guys, we just wrapped. We just shot our last piece of B-roll in this construction site. It looks really, really great. It's a beautiful day. It's a beautiful home. Really, all I can say about the Burano is that it's been a pleasure. I don't have a ton to say because I'm a Sony user, so I'm not surprised by any of this. I'm used to the variable ND filter from the FX6 and the FX9. I love the strong PL mount. I know the user interface. I know the menus. The form factor is beautiful. It's halfway between an FX6 and a Venice. I really, really like this camera. I've had IBIS on the entire time while shooting B-roll with the EasyRig, and it's just added to the stability. The Arles primes from DZOFilm have really been beautiful. The character isn't a ton, there's just something beautiful about it. I can't quite put my finger on it. It's definitely not on the sterile end of sharp, and it's definitely not a vintage lens, it's, like I said before, somewhere right in the middle. And I really like the balance. I love the fall off. I've been shooting really shallow the entire day. And the focus mechanism, racking focus between these beams and these 2x4s have been really beautiful. There's truly nothing that I have seen through these lenses that I haven't liked. And that's saying something. So I hope you've enjoyed this time today on set with me and my friends, learning a little bit more about Krist, a little bit about our process, this camera, these lenses. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments down below. We'll be sure to answer them. And if you like content like this, be sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to the Adorama TV channel. You can look me up online on any of the major social platforms. I'm happy to connect. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace out.